And we're on.
We're on.
Chooping it up, chooping it up.
This is,
You didn't even print Tanner one out? Oh, did you fill one out?
You told me
I
we
did.
needed
said
one
we'd give
filled
one.
out for the show.
Did you fill one out?
I have one filled out. Like on my phone, I have it filled out, but it's.
I'm going to fill it out live, I think. Can I have that pen?
This ought to be interesting in itself.
So,
Watching you fill out a bracket.
well, no, I'm going to fill it out as we go.
Do you go by favorite color?
Yeah.
You guys aren't going to be ready for this one.
Well,
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's baseball going, Hoop?
pretty good. Episode 4, Chooping It Up podcast. We're not here to talk about baseball. We're here to call Jack Kelly.
Okay.
Captain Jack.
Just wanted to talk to you a little bit
Nice.
before we got Jack on my bad, dude.
No, he's very big time crunch. He only has till 7:15. He told me has to be off the phone 7:15.
Yeah, that don't happen.
How
with him.
come?
I have no idea. We could ask him and call him.
We're going to ask him. That's the first question.
Jack, why you gotta be off the phone by 7:15?
I got one guess.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it to the vest.
Well, you might. Let's see if he can hear you though. I don't know if you can. Jack, don't do this to us, boss.
There he is. There he is.
Jack,
Hello.
can you hear us?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we
Yep.
can, sir.
Wow.
You sound like
See,
you're,
I didn't answer.
huh?
I'm on the I'm on the car phone.
I was going to say, you sound like you're Ace Ventura and then out the window. He is.
That's a great image because I can actually picture myself doing that.
The spit flying out of your mouth and everything.
And like hanging down my chin like a dog, like in the wind, like just like a dog hangs the head out the window.
Oh, my God.
Big old St. Bernard.
What's up?
What's happening,
How are
bud?
you?
How we been, Mr. Kelly?
All right, Matt. Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
Job
Thank
well
you.
done.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I was rooting hard for you guys. I'll tell you, last week during the Dallas game, I was going to join the NFHS, but it was mid-game, and I saw that the Spartans were winning,
Mm-hmm.
and then I felt Mike Abdo will tell you I'm as superstitious as anyone.
He said,
then I
he said it a
couldn't
few
join.
times to me.
I couldn't join because I felt like if I joined, then like things would start to go wrong and it would be my fault. So
Yeah.
I had it sit there just hitting Steve Bennett's tweets. I just kept hitting refresh. I must have hit refresh like 240 times in the second half. Right? And the guy, he only puts them like, don't get me wrong, they do a great job. I appreciate the coverage they give. But at the same time, right, when it gets into crunch time, like bring your kid along or something. Have you
Just keep
like
get a
hey,
spotter.
Yeah.
start sending out updates here, bud.
your $10.99 would have ruined our program.
Yeah.
Would have cut the
Yeah.
season short.
Well, I remember the time that someone parked in my spot that I parked in every single day. And we were on the bus. We're going to Lakeland, I believe. And we're getting ready to pull out, and I saw someone switched, like the car had left. I stopped the bus and sprinted out and changed the spot. And Abda had that look on his face, like his eyes were lit up. It was the same look when he found out he was having a girl. It was the same exact look, like oh my God, I'm having a girl. I thought I was having all boys, right? Same exact look. And he goes.
That's the
He goes, "Are you serious Are you serious right now? We just had to stop the bus for you to change your parking spot because you're worried, right?" Yes, Mike, that's what exactly happened. I'm superstitious.
I get
I
it.
park in the same spot.
You're the best.
So earlier in the text exchange, Jack had one story that he wanted to tell. Wasn't sure if he was going to have enough time because hard stop at 7:15. He's already told 3 stories for 10 minutes. We're not even 10 minutes in.
What's your hard
No.
What's your hard stop at 7:15?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I am actually coaching an AAU girls basketball team.
Oh, going to the dark side, Jack. To the dark side.
AAU. Dun, dun,
Um,
dun.
I think it will be a good opportunity for me. I think I hope to make the best of it. But the story, it's NCAA tournament week,
Yeah.
and Hooper and I were going back and forth and stuff. He said, and I said, you got to make sure I tell you the story about when Sean Schultes and I snuck into the Sweet 16 to see your Indiana Hoosiers, Tom.
Which, by the way, the job's open, Jack. If you need me to push the
Put a word
resume through.
Put a word in.
I don't know if I culturally fit what they're trying to get
Listen,
out there.
depends how the AAU season goes, Tom. It depends.
I mean, I don't see people really jumping out of windows like they used to be for the Indiana job. So, like,
Easy, Jack, easy.
Listen, I told you the same thing. It doesn't matter who coaches there. They stink.
Hooper.
They're still living in the 80s.
Wow.
Last time they were good was when they had Cody Zeller. Am I right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the game I was at. That's
Right.
the game I was
Oh,
at.
perfect segue, Jack.
So, here's what happened.
Great diversion from me killing the two of them.
Sean, Steve Galley, and I, we were going down to the Sweet 16.
It's a crew. That's a crew.
Friday night game, and we went though. It was Easter weekend, so we left on Thursday. I'm pretty sure it was Easter weekend. We left on Thursday, like Thursday night. We got down there. We're
Did you come back on Sunday?
Nope. Came back on Saturday morning.
All right.
So we were staying at Kara's apartment.
I didn't know if he was on Jesus' timeline.
Good one. So
I knew I'd get the Irish Catholic.
So we ended up going to on Thursday night. We went to City Tap House. Now, on that night, Villanova was playing. So we're going out to eat. We went out to eat. We went with Kara, her roommate, Steve, Jeff Theobald, Schultes. We had a real crew. We had like this big table up top. Standing behind us was Andy Katz from ESPN. I don't think he's with ESPN anymore. I think he's with like FS1. But nonetheless, that's irrelevant to the story. So I go to the restroom. I come back, and I'm looking, and there's this giant, like 7-foot man there. And I'm like, holy cow. I sprint up to where our table was. I goes, yo, that's Rasheed Wallace. Schultes had evidently been arguing with the table while I was gone that was Rasheed Wallace. And he screams out, thank you, turns around, sprints up to the bar, and calls over the bartender. Now, this place is packed because Villanova's playing, right? There's people everywhere. You had a lot of people, too, like that were coming straight from work. Schultes screams to the bartender, hey, sir, get Sheed a drink on me.
Oh, that's my – that was nice of him.
Big baller.
Yeah.
So, the bartender, we're up top, like looking down at people. The bartender calls Sheed over to the bar, and you can see him pointing, and he's pointing up at Schultes, who's all giddy up there, smiling, like waving, right? They get him a drink. A few minutes later, you see Sheed go back to the bar, point up to Schultes. Sheed sends a drink back his way.
He bought him the whole bar.
Right? So now Schultes sprints down, and him and Sheed hug each other like they've known each other for like 20-some years.
Well, that is
So
Schultz.
they're down there having a conversation, right? They're hugging it out, right? Then they give they dap each other up. Sheed leaves. So now we're sitting there, we're watching the end of Villanova, but I'm looking around, and I notice all these people have their phones out, and they're like kind of like looking at us. I go, Sean, why is the whole bar looking at us? Right? And he goes, I don't know. They must think I'm famous because I was just hanging out with Sheed. Okay. So the game ends. We go for the second game. We stopped at McGillen's, right? We were only there for like a little bit, but the little bit we walked in, and this girl was staring at Schultes, and I said, Sean, this girl's like creepily staring at you. And then she saw me say something. She comes up and she says, excuse me, sir. And he said, yes. Were you just at City Tap House? And he said, oh, yeah, I was there. She goes, you're the guy that's friends with Rasheed Wallace.
Oh my God.
Schultz goes, yeah, me and Sheed go ways back.
He plays the part. I'll tell you that. He knows how to play the part.
So she goes, is he coming here? And Schultz goes, I've been texting him, but he's trying to rest up, get ready for the games tomorrow. She goes, oh, darn it. Right? He goes, I'll let you know if something changes. Well, we left and went home like a little bit after that. So fast forward a day. We don't have tickets for this game. Sean and our plan was to buy it off of someone from the street because like the tickets were like astronomical. So we thought like they'd work their way down. So it's like 6 o'clock. The tip off is at like 7:30 or something like that. I think that's what the East tip off usually is. We get out of our Ubers. There's a guy standing there. Got tickets, right? We go over to him. Sean and I work him down. Like he wanted like $200. We said, we'll give you $125. Come on, the game's starting an hour. You want to get ready to take it? He's like, you're right. He gives us the tickets for $125 a piece. And that was like face value because you keep in mind you're getting 2 games. And the games were Wisconsin versus Notre Dame and UNC versus Indiana.
Okay.
So Sean and I are all pumped. We're all pumped up. Steve, meanwhile, he asked the guy for tickets, and the guy wanted like $250. And Steve's like, I'm not paying that. These guys just got them for $125. The guy was like, whoa. His name was Mike, too, because Sean and I became friends with him after this.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
He's like, he said, let me see your tickets. I'm not going to steal them. I just want to see something. Hand the tickets. He flips them over. He starts scratching them. He goes, guys, I really hope I'm wrong, but I think your tickets are fake. Right? We're like, what? He's like, right now, like our hearts are starting to pump. Right? He said,
Welcome back, Tom.
Scratch the back of them. The NCAA logo's not there. Okay. So we sprint up to the will call window. We're like, we think we got fake tickets. Is there anything you could do? Basically, they tell us, go pound stand, sit over in the corner. So now we're looking for tickets, can't get any. We're standing there. The Notre Dame-Wisconsin game is like 3/4 of the way done. And because we're all over the place, this guy, right, we kept bumping into him. He said, if I find something, I'll let you know, right? So anyway, we're standing in the box office. Who walks in?
Sheed.
Rasheed Wallace.
Your guy.
Sheed. Don't
So
lie.
Schultz like goes, hey, sup, Sheed? And she goes, yo, you're that guy that bought me a drink last night. That was really nice of you. I appreciate that, right? Well, Sean shoots his shot and goes, oh, anytime, bud. Been a huge fan. You've been, like, I loved you back in the day, right?
Schultz doesn't even like Carolina, does he?
No, he's a Syracuse guy.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who he's like. He's a Notre Dame guy. No, he's a Duke guy. He claims he's a Duke guy.
He is a Duke guy, yes.
Duke. I thought
Yeah.
he was a Syracuse.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway,
He really sold his soul then.
Yeah, wow.
he says to Sheed, you'll never guess what happened to us. We bought fake tickets, right?
He really shot his shot. Really shot his
The
shot.
end of the Notre Dame game happens. Sheed's looking up at the TV and he turns and he goes, well, best of luck. Hope you're able to get in. And he walks off.
No love
So
lost there.
Now our phone, word got out that we bought fake tickets. Abdus texted me, hey, where are your seats at? Like, you know, the fine fellow he is. Hey, send me a picture of your seat. Well, we go around to the side. We knew the Notre Dame fans, they had just beaten Wisconsin. We knew the Notre Dame and Wisconsin, some of them would be leaving and wouldn't be staying for the second game. So I asked this guy, I was like, hey, sir, like, I bought fake tickets. I just want to go in and see the game. Please, I'm not from here. I spent all this money come out here. I was like, can you just give me your ticket from the first game, and I'll see if I can get in. He's like, it's not going to work, but here you go. Schultz, I don't know what his line was, but he got a ticket too. So Schultz goes in first. He texts me, I'm in. I
I'm
then
in.
go up. I've got the accent. I sound like I'm from Wisconsin anyway. I just go up to the guy. I'm like, sir, I'm not from here. I didn't know. Like, and he's like, sir, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You can come back in. Right. He's like, go right over to that window over there, and they'll stamp your ticket. It's no problem at all. I said, thank you, because they're screaming, no re-entry once you leave, no re-entry. Well, I don't know how, like I came in from the door outside. So anyway, they let me in. I walk like 60 feet. I'm supposed to go to this window. I turn right around, walk to Schultz, who's there grinning, and he's giving, like, you know that little flap he gives when he's, like, excited, right? He's there. He's like, we're in. The problem is we don't have tickets that are remotely close to one another. So now Ab is still texting us. Schultz goes, well, we might as well just give it a try. We walk right to the front level, walk right by the lady like we own the place, walked all the way down to the 4th row and sat in seats. We send a picture to Abda. Abda goes, I want a picture with you in it. We turn around, and this is the picture Hooper keeps using for my Troop Sports appearances. Right? We turn around and take a picture. We take a picture. There we are, 4th row, Indiana, North Carolina. Like, we're sweating it out kind of in the first half. Then we realized no one was coming to these seats. So now we've got 4th row to Sweet 16. It's insane. These Indiana kids sneak down in front of us. And they keep standing up, yelling,
Sounds
screaming,
right.
being super annoying.
Easy.
Schultz screams out, hey, some of us paid for these seats. Down in front! Down in front!
He was just helping the guys behind you, right?
Yes.
Open the cause.
And the guy behind us was like, thank you. He's like, my kid, he just wants to see the game. We spent $300 a piece on tickets. They turned out to be fake, and then we bought another set for $400. He goes, how much did you guys pay for these? Schultz was like, well,
You better
do I
said
have a
800.
story for you?
At that point,
Nope, Schultz told him the whole story like an idiot. Well, I wasn't really an idiot, right? The guy's there. He's like, "You're serious? I just paid $700 a piece, and you guys snuck in here?" Yes.
yes, that's
my
exactly
story.
what I'm telling you.
Yes.
That is the story, is how Sean Schultz and I snuck into a Sweet 16 game.
What a great way to start this podcast.
Beautiful. That's the start of one shining
So,
moment
what are you
this year.
guys? What are you guys thinking about the tournament this year?
Well, we're going to get into it here, man. We got the brackets. I'm actually filling mine out as we go.
It's loaded.
It is
absolutely loaded.
It's going to be
The right side's definitely easier to fill out in the first round anyway than the left.
I honestly
You just
think.
jinxed yourself.
I
You
honestly.
just jinxed yourself.
Huh? Oh yeah. I honestly think Gonzaga, as the overall 1 seed, has the toughest region to come out of.
yes.
You're like the only guy saying that.
Yeah.
Between now
I
again.
think-
Who's going to
We got
– the
Kansas,
3 seed is
Iowa.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Iowa might – I don't think Iowa's going to make
But
it
I
that
don't.
far.
I think Iowa's not hot at the right time.
Here's something interesting in that region.
Iowa's
I feel like
getting
that
kicked back.
region has. I feel like that region has a lot of people or a lot of teams that like namesake teams.
Yeah.
But Oregon is a 7 seed, and they won their conference. They won their conference tournament, but they won their conference. When was the last time a Power 5 conference champion, regular season champion, was as low as a 7 seed? Like, I feel like that's
Great question.
wacky.
It's West Coast. It's the West Coast
Yeah, like
bias.
I personally picked Oregon to beat Iowa in the second round.
Wow.
I don't think Iowa.
I don't know.
I
if
don't
they're
think
the bigs.
Iowa.
So how far do you have the Wolverines going?
Sweet 16.
Never
That's
pick it. Never. We had this conversation before. Never pick Michigan, he said.
Sweet 16.
I should say the year that the year that Michigan almost beat
North Carolina,
beat
right?
Louisville in the national championship.
Oh,
Like
Poole hit that buzzer beater.
That year I did have Michigan going to the national championship game.
Okay.
On a whim. But generally speaking, I try to not jinx them and just like go with what my thoughts are. And right now I just feel like Michigan, they've got a ton of injuries. It's got them
Yeah, what's
out
his
of
name's
whack.
got a stress fracture, right?
Isaiah Livers is out,
Yep.
right? And I think I saw it the other day when they played Ohio State. With him out, they don't like he's a stretch 4 or even can play the 3, but he's 6'9". They missed that size. Like now they have to play Eli Brooks and Davis, the point guard, at the same time, and that like just kills them size wise. They can't match up with people. So and like I look at Florida State. Florida State's huge across the board.
Florida
Like
State
that's why I
is
think
huge.
Florida State will beat them. Although Florida State, from what I understand, UNC Greensboro could give Florida State some problems.
Yeah, Florida State's too streaky. They're big, they're good, they're talented, but
That's how they all are, though. Like, I feel like that's this tournament. And here's another thing. Like, I really, really hope, for the sake of the kids out there, and unfortunately we're seeing it with some of the local teams, I'm hoping that there's no COVID incidences out there.
Yeah,
because
really
I think
ruin
that
it.
would be real crappy. Like, I hope everything gets played on the court. Like, could you imagine, and I'm scared to even say it, that if, like, a 1 seed has to forfeit a first-round game.
Right.
Well, that wouldn't happen because they would move someone in. I'm not sure how that works. So
they have until Tuesday, though, I think.
Really?
Yeah, you might be right.
Like
they only have the Tuesday.
Tuesday's the deadline.
But what happens? So what happens though? Like they have those teams on standby.
Yeah, let's get Duke in there.
Yeah, but once those standby teams, if Tuesday passes, then they're not in. They're gone.
But do they reseed if someone tomorrow like tests positive and they say,
I know what you're saying. Right. That's a good question. I don't know.
Like if Baylor, does that mean that Illinois would move up to Baylor's line and Michigan would move over and Michigan would be playing Drexel? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be.
It's a great question.
I'm full of great questions.
But I mean, I'm going with Baylor this year.
I'm not.
I like Baylor.
I like the Baylor Bears.
I like Baylor.
I thought we were gonna break down region by region. Jesus,
we're just conversing right now.
God, man.
Jack's got a tip off.
Before
in 10 minutes.
before Jack gets off the phone, we all filled out a bracket, and there's got to be some sort of wager on this. So we need to figure it out.
Yeah,
what it's going to be.
Take all our stimulus money. Let's keep throwing it around.
Well,
to each other.
No. Tom spent half of his on podcasting equipment, so he's.
So that's out the window.
So yeah, his is gone.
Jack, who's your sleeper this year?
I just used my daughter's stimulus money for that.
Well, we need to figure this out. We need to figure this out. What we got? I'm okay with. It could be $20.
$20.
$20 a guy, winner take all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. We will post these on the. We will post each of our brackets on our newly formed Instagram. You could go follow it on Instagram. Chooping It Up Pod.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jack, who's your sleeper?
I'll tell you, I kind of like Alabama. To the Final Four. I'm pretty I chalked it up. I do like Ohio State over Baylor and Ohio State getting into the Final Four, because I think Ohio State's better than Florida or Virginia Tech. I don't think Texas Tech is still very good defensively, but I don't think they can score enough.
But they got Mac McClung.
I'm not enthralled with Arkansas. And then I just think Ohio State, Baylor, since they're like little COVID layoff, they haven't been playing great, which could go one of two ways. They come back and they play awesome because that's the way the tournament seems to work, or they just kind of have a dud. And
Baylor's going to be too big for Ohio State.
I don't think so.
We'll see. That's why we play it out, bud.
That's why it's
I'll be honest with you, too. I don't like Baylor. To me, defensively, and this is just I could be wrong, and I haven't watched them a ton, but when I have watched them, they're a little bit tough to solve defensively. They're really forcing kind of no middle. similar to Texas Tech. But like when you watch their positioning and stuff, like I feel like they get away with their athleticism a lot.
Right.
And I wonder if they play a team that's like really, really good offensively,
With
really
spacing
understand
and whatnot.
spacing. A team that understands how to attack different types of ball screen coverages, particularly like ice ball screen coverages. I think Baylor could get exposed. I wouldn't be surprised. So my 12-5 upset, I have Winthrop over Villanova.
Agreed.
I could get into that reasons later.
I agree.
I have Purdue getting to the Sweet 16, and I could see Purdue giving. I don't think Purdue is that great, but I could see them giving Baylor problems for just the pure velocity of sets that they run.
Purdue.
And the million different.
Go ahead.
The million different screen coverages you have to be prepared for.
Right. Purdue fits the profile that you just outlined to beat Baylor.
Yeah.
In their region. If they get by Purdue, then they could beat Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State doesn't run it nearly as much as Purdue does. Like Purdue, Purdue's like a football playbook when you watch them. And it's a million screen-to-screen interactions too. Like they're fun to watch.
Yeah. I think Purdue's guards are better than Ohio State, and Purdue has better shooting, so they could stretch the floor. If Stefanovic could get hot, then Baylor's in trouble in that game.
Yep. So anyone listening at home, that means you probably should take North Texas because of what Tom and I are saying here.
Go complete opposite.
There's no bigger North Texas fan in America than me right now.
Is that where Mike Davis is at?
No, he's up at Detroit Mercy.
Why are you in North Texas? Oh, because
I hate Purdue. Yep.
Yes. Yep. That makes sense. Another one, Matt. I told you Oregon over Iowa, but then I see the problem is I'm a chicken when I fill this out. Like once I'll pick one upset, but then I'm like, I'm going to stop there.
That's going to be the only one in the tournament.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. So Kansas, I have Kansas beating Oregon, but Kansas hasn't been great.
No,
so,
they're not Kansas of Kansas.
I'm looking at my bracket here. I had Florida State over Michigan.
Is your head back in the window?
Yeah. Here's something that I think. Here's something interesting. When I looked at this, Syracuse as an 11 seed, I picked Michigan State to get to the second round.
Yep.
For all the years Izzo was favored to get to the second round and didn't, or like make a run. This is the year I feel like where he's the underdog, like he might make a run.
I'm telling you, them putting them in the first four is going to set Izzo on fire.
I'm sitting here. We talked about it before we got on. Like it's the best playing game. Michigan State, UCLA.
Yeah.
In a playing game.
The problem is it's not till 9:57 at night.
I don't know.
You'll be in bed an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like I want to take Michigan. I want to take Michigan State to beat BYU, but they have to beat UCLA. So it's like.
But you still get credit.
That's true. You get whoever.
Yeah, it's either one, right?
Yeah. But we're filling it out.
But I mean, that's the type of thing. Like when you get Michigan State there, like they start playing some good basketball, they get hot. They can start getting on that run especially with an experienced coach with Tom Izzo like that.
This is when he's most dangerous.
And they're always going to play defense, and you have to be good.
We got 3 minutes. 3-minute warning with Jack.
You have to be able to rebound, which I don't think. I don't know that BYU will be able to keep them off the boards. Yeah. Here's one though that was saying that Syracuse over San Diego State. Jay Billis last night. Jay Billis was like, San Diego State. I like them against Syracuse there. Now, San Diego State, they're not a very good shooting team. Okay, Jay, that's enough for me. Putting Syracuse in the first round. Now, I was going to pick Syracuse over West Virginia. West Virginia had some kid transfer out of the program or get like a season-ending injury. Since he got hurt, left, whatever it was, West Virginia has been shooting 45% from three. So I picked
these
West
stats.
Virginia to beat Syracuse,
Okay.
and because I also think Syracuse might struggle to score against West Virginia.
Right.
I then picked West Virginia to beat Houston.
Wow.
I'm with you on West Virginia, but here's my surprise. I have Rutgers over Houston.
I
Rutgers
almost
over
did that.
Houston.
Don't sleep on Rutgers.
Steve
Whoa.
Piquel, as John Rothstein would
You
say,
have Clemson beating
Steve
Rutgers,
Piquel,
Matt.
pounding nails. Right? They're gritty, Rutgers.
They are. They are.
Well, here's
Yeah, I
here's the issue though. San Diego State with that defense is definitely going to beat Syracuse, and then I got them taking out West Virginia. I don't have anything else filled out after that, but
Hooper, you might as well throw your $20 in an envelope already.
Just give it to me.
Yeah.
I'll hold it for you.
Here's one other first round. Here's a set of first round upsets I have. In the West region, I have Ohio beating Virginia, which everyone knows I love Tony Bennett, but I'm just thinking Virginia can't practice. Like, if Virginia's going to play in the tournament, they cannot practice until Friday.
Right.
So how, like, that's one practice Friday and then fly out to Indianapolis and enter the bubble. They're quarantined this week, so they can't do anything. So their bodies are breaking down, and, like, just the rust. I just don't think that they'd be ready to play. And then UC Santa Barbara, like, I picked them over Creighton.
me too.
I heard a bunch of people. I told a bunch of people talking them up. I wasn't impressed with Creighton over the weekend. I actually wasn't. I don't think I have a Big East team advancing out of the first round. I don't. I have Winthrop beating Villanova. I have Maryland beating Connecticut. That was the one that I wasn't sold on.
Let me
No.
let me
Wait,
ask
wait.
let me ask a question because
Hold up.
you go to bed before 8:30 at night every night, and you're
That is false.
you're pretty high on these West Coast teams. There's no way you're staying up
He
at
watches
11
the
o'clock.
highlights. He wakes up early, watches the
I'll be
highlights.
honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I've been, first of all, I don't, because I sit up like super late and then I'm exhausted the next day.
9:15.
And I don't drink coffee. That's interesting. I've been staying up watching Gonzaga because I love Gonzaga's offensive motions and stuff, and I've just been watching it nonstop and, like, taking notes down on that. And so that's how I've kind of hit the West Coast.
Okay.
Jack,
But then I know nothing about any Pac-10 team. Or Pac-12. I picked, though, Colorado to beat Georgetown because I felt like Georgetown was on too much of a hot streak, and it just made sense that they would lose now.
Okay.
Jack, I got real quick. I know you got to go here because it's our time is up. But
Yes.
I want to go back to your Virginia not being able to practice point.
Yep.
I equate them to here in NEPA, Dunmore girls before they completely got shut down had a COVID issue, and conversation was they didn't need to practice. They can just show up and beat, whoever they were going to play in the first round. I imagine that's Virginia could just show up and beat Ohio, who literally had more losses than them. And I don't even know the conference that they play in. So
Jack, I know you got to go, but I'm going to make this quick, and I want you to make sure you hear about this before the podcast goes public. Hooper,
Okay.
Dunmore girls in 4A are a heck of a lot different conversation than Virginia in the NCAA tournament.
but it's
and for that comment,
right,
here's
yep.
what we're going to do.
Okay.
Since we have $20 on this, each of us, right?
okay.
You're going to do a side bet?
Hold on, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
My daughters and I and my wife do a household bracket tournament, pool each year.
Yeah.
Just for bragging rights in the house.
Yeah.
If either of my daughters score more points than you in the bracket, you're down $40.
Listen, that's tough.
If you beat both of my daughters, you got 50 coming to you.
Wow.
Wow. This
Got interesting. This got very
Wow.
interesting.
You got to figure out how the scoring and stuff is done. Make sure they're on the
No.
same plane.
Well, what we're
Oh, we're going
what we're gonna
1.2,
do.
2.4.
No, what I'm gonna do is, I don't know. I'm gonna set one up through CBS or ESPN, and we'll fill our brackets out. Or where do you do your family one through? Just
on paper, Hooper.
Just fill the same.
Like,
okay,
you
well
know,
then put.
when I grew up, you marked a 1 for the first round, a 2 for the second.
Bud, not my
and
fault.
you
You grew up in the '80s, bud. Not my fault.
Wow.
There's technology now. We're doing a podcast right now.
Jack, don't yell too much at practice today, bud.
Yeah.
I don't. I've toned it down. Like, I don't know why. I've had to say this multiple times on Troop Sports, and no one seems to believe me.
Bud, I've known you for too long. I've seen you coach on the sidelines. I've seen you as red as Tom's shirt right now.
How many masks are you going to go through at practice today?
It's like when they have
2.5 over under.
It's like
Pound
when
the
they run the
over.
Kentucky Derby and it's muddy out and they got the goggles and they keep just shifting it down, like the goggles down. It's the same thing with the mask.
Jack, are you sitting
you're
in
the
the
best.
parking lot of wherever you coach basketball right now?
I'm walking in now.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go.
All right,
All right,
buddy.
man.
Mentally prepared.
Love you.
So,
I got to
Best
mentally
of luck.
prepare.
Best of luck. I look forward to seeing what the games like. Maybe we could get me back on for like a tournament recap, where we could talk about
Next
where it
week,
all
Sweet
went wrong.
16.
All right,
Love
I'll
it.
see you.
All right.
See you, Jack.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, he's the man. He's the absolute man.
all right. So I have one. I have the top left bracket filled out. Don't even know which bracket it is, to be honest with you.
So do you want to go through like
No, you want to go
region by region?
You want to
with
go
us right
Sweet
now?
16 teams? We don't need to go opening round, and if we have an upset or whatever.
All right, we can go Sweet
What
16.
you got any upsets in that top left first round?
In the West?
Yeah. I'm with Jack. I have UC Santa Barbara taking out Creighton.
I got VCU over Oregon. That's about it.
No, I took all favorites there.
Iowa's going to beat Gonzaga
You know
in
what's
the
a-
rematch.
you know
Go
what's
to
a-
the Final Four.
You know what's a weird one for me in the first round? Like, if Wichita State beats Drake, I just feel like Wichita State seems like a team that can knock off USC just because they're Wichita State. That I don't have any.
I do have Virginia meeting Gonzaga in the Sweet 16.
Meet. Yeah. What do you got? Sweet 16. You Zags, Virginia. What else? What's your other one matchup?
Kansas, Iowa.
Yeah, I went chalk.
Okay. I went Zags, Virginia, Kansas, Oregon.
Then in the East, I went Michigan, Florida State.
No.
Florida State
Well, who do
taking out Michigan.
Who do you have in the Elite Eight for that one? For the
Oh,
West.
Gonzaga, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzaga, Kansas. Hold on, I got Jack's here somewhere. Jack, awful handwriting, Jack. Oh, jeez. This is the one he sent us? Jack has Ohio facing up with Gonzaga in the Sweet 16.
Wow. Hey, that's big points, though. If
Yeah,
that gets
and
it,
then he's
that's
got
some huge
Kansas and
points.
Oregon. He's got Gonzaga, Kansas, Gonzaga coming out of the West. I also have Gonzaga coming out of the
I have
West.
Iowa coming out of the West for the Elite Eight.
Yes.
You have Iowa?
Iowa, Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Gonzaga's got to lose.
They've been. Well,
Yeah.
you're. I know why you want them to lose. Yeah.
I got pride on the line.
Indiana through, but.
76.
So can we go to the East now? Are we good?
We can go to the East. Oh,
So in the East, I have Michigan, Florida State, and Texas, Bama. I have Florida State over Michigan, and Texas over Bama.
I have the same, except I have Bama over Texas.
So who's your Final Four team out of there?
Texas.
Okay.
Florida State.
I got Michigan.
Ooh.
So what was your Sweet 16?
Michigan, Florida State, Texas, and Bama. Michigan and Texas in the Elite Eight. Michigan moving on.
Wow.
And Jack has Michigan, Florida State, and Michigan State, Alabama. It's not terrible. And he's got Florida State, Bama. Bama
he's-
coming out.
He's scared.
Yeah, he is. He's like,
He's
I
scared.
can't pick too many upsets.
He's just trying to go up. Like, he's trying to. He's either gonna win or he's gonna.
He's a nervous Michigan fan. That's all it is.
See, like now,
Sounds about right.
He wants to justify it in his head.
So you good for South now, or do you need a time?
no, I'm still struggling with Winthrop Villanova in the first round.
Really?
Yeah,
There's no thinking there.
That's what
I know they only have one loss.
like.
When I get it, But
right, well,
no,
I'm
I
gonna go to
mean,
my South because I just can't believe you said that right now. But
all right, peer pressure. At least I know I'm not going to lose a point because everyone has Winthrop up there.
Baylor, Villanova, Texas Tech, Ohio State, and I have Baylor and Texas Tech in the Elite Eight.
Baylor, Purdue, Texas Tech, and Ohio State. Baylor and Ohio State. Baylor moves on.
Baylor moves on for me also.
Filling it out, bud. Oh, Jack's got Baylor, Purdue, Texas Tech, Ohio State. Baylor, Ohio State in the Elite Eight. Ohio State going to the Final Four. Did you guys have that?
No, we had Baylor going to the
Baylor.
Yeah.
You think you're a North Carolina fan? I'm guessing no.
I
You
am.
think no shot?
They're just too streaky for me. Like their guards are too inconsistent. I know what I'm gonna get out of the bigs, but their guards are just.
Do you have Carolina beating Wisconsin?
I do.
Do you?
Nope.
No. Okay. Stuck here. I got Baylor, Purdue.
Yeah, I had
I'm
North Carolina.
Arkansas, Texas Tech. It's a tough one. I'm going Arkansas. Fuck it.
And then for the Midwest, I have Illinois, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and Houston. Illinois and West Virginia make it, and then Illinois winning that game.
All right. In the South, though, I'm taking Baylor. Baylor, Ohio State in the Elite Eight. I did take Arkansas over Texas Tech.
Okay. I got Illinois, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Rutgers.
Rutgers, you're
Rutgers
riding
basketball.
this Rutgers. I
Yep.
love it.
Illinois and West Virginia, and then Illinois moving on.
So
I'm really excited about Illinois, Oklahoma State, that matchup, potentially.
You're riding the 2-1s in the bottom, huh? With the
Here-
Midwest and South.
Here's my thing with this.
Yeah.
All right, do you guys? So actually, this is
I
the
really like
interesting,
Illinois this year too. I love the whole setup of that team.
interesting one for me. Illinois, when I was watching the selection show, like they haven't made the tournament since the mid 2000s, like 2006, or 7 or something like that.
I don't know if they've missed since that long, has it? Really?
I don't know.
don't
That's
think
what I
they made
heard.
a Final Four or something like that. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it with D Brown,
Yeah, D Brown running the
That
point.
team was real good.
Luther head.
Yep.
How about 8-9 matchup in that bracket? Who you got?
Loyola.
For where?
Did you hear
8-9.
Did you hear Passner's post-game interview after they beat Florida State that Saturday?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, somebody has to have that on YouTube. You got to watch that.
Bad.
You're just weird. Just real weird. I don't know how else to explain it.
Just weird, man.
Yeah, just a weird.
Speaking of
interview.
weird, how about I think it was the coach for Creighton,
McDermott?
McDermott.
Oh,
Trouble.
yeah.
Not Doug,
trouble.
Greg
Greg.
McDermott saying
Dougie Buckets is in the
States.
NBA.
stay on the plantation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he meant to say plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
sure.
say? He
Yeah,
offered. He's like, I'll resign if you
Yeah,
want.
bud. Like, come on. How do you get those two confused?
I don't know
Here's-
how you say that.
Like, what's going through your head?
I don't want to be insensitive, but I'm really struggling with Illinois, Loyola, Chicago.
That's again why I'm taking the wager I'm taking.
But no, hear me,
$2 up against you.
hear me out. Hear me out.
What?
Loyola Chicago still has guys that started when they made their run.
Illinois has probably the best player in the tournament.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like
They
everybody,
have probably the biggest kid in the tournament.
and they have some of the best shooters that you want around your big man.
Loyola
They've
Chicago
got-
plays good defense.
They've got 2 point guards that would start anywhere in the country.
The ones coming off the bench.
Again, when Loyola Chicago made their run, they probably played teams.
Are you being serious right
Yeah,
now?
I'm being dead serious. Yes.
You're,
Also,
like, messing me up mentally right now that
I-
you're even like considering this.
I hope you're just doing
Listen,
this for views.
No,
I really hope so.
Because
no, like
There's no
like there's
way.
there's a chance that by the time I fill this Final Four out, I might have San Diego State in the Final Four. Like I don't, or Tennessee. Actually, Tennessee might be. Yeah. 24-4 that defense.
So you're
Dynamite.
really considering
Yeah.
the one getting upset by
They made the
Loyola?
Final Four as a 13 or 14 seed.
They're playing. Oh, I'm not getting
Tell our
into it.
research guy to pull the bracket from that year.
I will. I'll pull. I'm the research guy. What year was it? I don't even know. 2000.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah. But they're going to beat Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
God.
So what was it 2019? I think.
Do you know how good? What did you see the picture of him? Speaking of Desumo, how do you pronounce his name?
No, I didn't get to see them. I saw the thing come across my phone.
Oh, dude, it was such a cool picture. Like it was like you've seen the picture of Kobe. Like after,
yeah.
oh man, it looked exactly like him, just sitting there like in a blank stare, like
Really?
job's not done. Like he wants more, dude.
That's
it looked
awesome.
awesome.
I really like the kid. I can't stand Illinois
He's
either.
a bucket though.
But the kid
he
is
can
good.
play.
Yeah.
He can you need a basket. You know he's getting the ball, and there's
Yeah.
still nothing you can do about
Yep.
it. That's why I love it.
This goes back to my frustration with Indiana. How does a kid like Dosumo
Desumo, is that how you pronounce it? Okay.
land in
Is he an
Illinois?
Indiana guy?
I don't know. But how do you not how do you miss on that kid?
Yeah.
How do you not?
Okay.
Right.
I
is
got
he
it
not
up.
on the radar.
Right.
I don't.
I have it up.
But, but Brad Underwood got him.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Brand.
And again, he wasn't. What is he? A junior?
Junior, I
right?
believe a junior.
So when he came in as a freshman, he wasn't
believe so.
really good. So the kid developed in 2 years, which could be a credit to Underwood's staff, but it drives me nuts.
And then what's Kofi? Kofi's a senior, junior.
Kofi's only a sophomore. I
Kofi's
think.
only a sophomore.
I think he was a freshman last year. Yeah.
Could you imagine being
That's
that
when
big?
because
Being
Benishvili, what the heck's his name?
no.
That
He's 19, 20 years old, and he is a
and
massive
he got
human
out
being.
really good this year. Like
Yeah.
he really developed this year.
I'm just saying. I'm glad you had me pull this up.
Yeah. So what is it?
Okay.
He's been waiting for this
Potentially, maybe the easiest road to a Final Four. I didn't realize
shocker,
how bad.
Shocker.
So
I
no,
can't believe
no,
this,
no.
Hooper.
So they beat Miami. They beat
Oh.
Miami in the first. They were an 11th seed. All right, they took out Tennessee.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
2018.
Tough.
But then in the Sweet 16, somehow Nevada made it as a
Right.
7th seed, so
Oh,
they
I
beat
can't-
Nevada.
Yeah.
I wonder
And then
how
in
they
the
made
Elite
it.
8, they beat number 9 Kansas State team. Oh, that was the year Virginia lost as a 1 seed.
Yeah. So I can't believe that the stars aligned.
Yeah, Illinois is.
But
Could
but
you
they're
imagine?
gonna,
But
but
they're gonna
Loyola
make-
is going to knock off Illinois.
Illinois is the team
So-
they're gonna do it
yeah,
against.
yeah.
It's going to be a good game. It'll be within 10 points.
Said
Tell ya.
I said it won't be within 15.
$25.
Be within 10.
30. I'll put 30 up. It won't be within 15.
You're going to give me
I'm not. We'll be within 10.
right.
I'm
so,
just saying it. That's
so
my no.
You take
Because
Loyola plus
we have
10.
8 million bets.
I'm giving you plus 15.
It's going to be recorded. We could write them all down when we listen to the show.
Yeah, no.
It's,
But you don't
How are
pay
we
me
gonna
enough.
remember all this?
No, I'm not saying remember. I'd be like, I make $57 here to coach. Like, what do you mean, man?
You're
I'm a former
You're about to
accountant.
make half your paycheck in these bets alone, though.
Or I could lose half my paycheck.
Well, at the rate you're going, you're definitely losing. All right, let's get back to the Final Four.
Well, no-
What are you at, actually, before we go to the Final Four?
um,
Oh, my God.
damn.
hold on. He's got to get it.
Yeah.
It's Morehead State. Morehead State. Probably you got them in the like Elite 8 or something, right?
All right, so
Liberty moving on.
I did take.
Ohio going to the Final Four.
Dude, I took Liberty over Oklahoma State. Yep, I did.
No way.
Abilene,
I did.
Abilene Christian has
Yep.
pretty
Nobody can guard
colors.
Cade Cunningham.
Took Liberty over Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Number he might he's
potential-
probably the number 1 player in the draft.
Just because of his ability and his
I
age.
still put him behind Dosumu as a better player, but
Took Liberty over Oklahoma
Liberty's
State.
going to get them.
Yep.
Mark it down, book it.
Mark
book
it down. Yep.
But you're out there. I love it, though.
But
if
I
you win, you win.
so
You
I
get
have
some major
Sweet
points, though.
16. I got Illinois, Tennessee.
Oh, we're back on the Sweet 16.
Yeah, because I didn't give anything for that region.
Okay,
San
so-
Diego State, Clemson, and then I got Illinois, San Diego State, Illinois coming out. San Diego State's getting hot, although it does scare me because Syracuse could absolutely knock them out in the first round.
All right, so give me your Elite 8. Go from the West.
Oh, Zags and Kansas. Zags, Kansas,
Okay.
Florida State, Bama,
Okay.
Baylor, Ohio State,
Okay.
Illinois, San Diego State.
Okay. And then Final Four now. Finally.
Zags, Florida State, Baylor, Illinois.
I have Iowa, Texas, Baylor, and Illinois. Texas and Baylor in the championship game for Tan Man 3000.
We didn't give Jack's Midwest.
Do we need scores? Do you guys do
Yeah,
the
tiebreaker.
score? Or I'm gonna say
Total.
77.
I mean, I don't think
Just total points.
if I'm anywhere near the top
Total
at
points?
winning
Total
this,
points, close,
I'm not
yeah.
going to need a tiebreaker. I don't
like the
think.
two
so
teams.
you're 147.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
No, in the Jack has in the Midwest got Illinois, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Houston, Sweet 16, Illinois, West Virginia, Illinois coming out. He's got Gonzaga, Illinois in the championship. Gonzaga taking the whole thing down. Says
Who you got?
I got
Tommy?
Illinois. I got Illinois after John.
Who you got?
Final four:
Final four in championship.
Iowa, Michigan, Baylor, Illinois. Iowa playing Baylor. Baylor winning.
So after
Do
just
you think Iowa gets hot enough in the bracket? Like,
Yeah.
Do you think they're good enough?
Frederick's back. Yep, I think. Yep.
listen,
Yeah.
after just debating whether or not to take Loyola Chicago to upset Illinois,
I can't even talk to you about that.
yeah, I'm having Illinois win the whole damn thing.
I mean,
Dude, in my, this is tough because I haven't watched
can't,
a
no.
second of college basketball. Not a second.
I could tell.
Yeah. No.
So, in my head, though, for, Texas upsetting Iowa, I think they have such a high after beating Gonzaga that they kind of overlooked Texas in my head. That's just me talking.
Wait, who'd you have in the championship?
Texas, Baylor.
Big 12 matchup. I
do.
like it.
I do. I like Texas. I like that lefty guard they have. He's been playing some really good ball. They play some solid defense with Shaka Smart. I like what they're doing.
Could be.
You never know.
Yeah.
But you like Iowa. You do.
I do.
I've
I've liked Iowa all year.
You have them
I
winning?
do like
I'm
Luke
gonna
Guard.
roll.
I
Baylor
like what
winning?
he's been
Who you got?
doing.
Huh?
Who you got?
Baylor winning.
Baylor winning for me also.
Iowa's the runner-up.
All right. So as long as Baylor doesn't win and Illinois makes it, I'm beating you guys. Points-wise, yeah, that's a big one. Final four, big points.
I have them going to the Final Four. What do you mean?
I mean, it's how many points you get for a Final Four? It's like 10 or something? I don't know.
The accountant.
Dude, I don't.
1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 hoop.
Listen, the thing that's unfortunate. So no one thinks Patino's gonna.
Thank
gonna,
God I never had to do my taxes.
No one thinks Patino's gonna
No.
pull off the upset.
No,
Round
man.
one.
No.
Rick, Slick Rick. Woo.
Nope.
No.
No.
He'll be back in the.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
I feel like that one. Nah.
We can exit that one out.
That's gone.
I'm just spitting facts, though.
The best
I'm
is
spitting facts.
The best is when we have to cut something out. It's just like you don't hear what has to get cut. I'm just like, oh, gotta cut that out. People are probably like,
Well,
what? You didn't say anything. Yeah, it's just
yours
gone.
was a good cutout. I liked it.
Yeah, it was just
Last
Yours
show.
was funny.
it was just like, oh, gotta cut that out.
Yeah.
But
I
they
didn't
don't-
even realize what you said.
Yeah. So far in this round, I did drop an F-bomb earlier. Gonna have to find that.
Today?
Yep.
I
Gonna have
didn't
to
even notice
find
that one. Yeah.
I said it under my breath, but we're talking into a mic, so you can
I
definitely.
didn't even notice
So
it at all.
got to find that and Tanner's
comment.
comment about where Rick Pitino is going to go after he
Tell
loses
me I'm
in
wrong.
the first
though.
round.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah. So
It's
That's
not
it.
the
I mean,
Riverboat
this is-
Casino in Louisville.
we're gonna revisit this, the bracket, but I think we could. We got the bet, $20. We have all the brackets. We'll put them up on
We have a
on
side,
the
we have a side
Instagram.
bet.
We do have a side bet.
Put them up on Instagram so we know.
Don't forget about the side bet.
Side bet.
Not forget about that side bet.
We'll put them up on Instagram. Go follow it. I think we will put a cork in the NCAA tournament talk for now. I know you have something you're dying to talk about.
What's that?
Really affects Tommy's world.
Oh yes,
Oh, the
yes,
big news
yes.
today.
The big
Yeah.
news today.
Big news.
When was that?
Archie.
When was that announced?
Probably about lunchtime, around noon. 11:30,
So-
noon.
How about you tell the viewers what happened
Yeah,
today?
go ahead.
He finally got fired.
Who we speaking of?
Archie Miller, former head coach. of
Former,
Indiana
Former.
Hoosiers.
currently unemployed.
Currently. he is out of work making $10 million in the next 4 years.
So Tommy, you being the Indiana guy that you are,
Yeah.
die hard, red and white through and through.
Yep.
Who would you like to see take over the helm? Who's the one guy you're kind of like wishing, if you had to pick anybody?
Number one, Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens?
Yeah, he's got to be number one.
Think he's coming back to
It's-
college?
I don't think there's a shot he comes back.
I don't know.
How are the Celtics doing this year?
That's the thing. They've had.
I don't think they're really blaming Brad as much as they're
No, right,
blaming
right.
Danny Ainge for giving up so much.
But I think he's. I don't know. I mean, it's tough because there's arguments both ways, And the interesting argument is he's been around with the Celtics for a few years now. Has had, some good teams there.
Right.
Hasn't really ever made a run.
Think did he make it to the Eastern
He-
Conference Finals at one point? Or I
You know,
don't think
he
he's
made-
ever made it to that.
No, I think he made the Eastern Conference Finals. Once.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Is that when Tatum or no, when Isaiah Thomas got hot, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yes.
But
yeah.
he,
Yeah.
but the vibe is that he ran his course. He's not going to be one of these Hall of Fame NBA coaches, lifers.
So he'd rather come back
And
to
then
like
he comes back home. He's an Indiana kid.
Is he an Indiana guy?
Zionsville High School. Yep.
And I mean,
DePaul College.
I guess it's
Wow.
not
So
bad.
He's not a Hoosier, but he's an
He
Indiana
could
guy.
be one.
He's an
He
Indiana
could
guy.
be a Hoosier.
I
right.
guess it's not
He's only making 3.6 mil.
bad.
Archie was making 3.5.
Not a big difference. It's
not-
not less pressure.
And let's be honest, Archie's. I listened to the press conference just a little bit ago before. Archie's buyout was 10.5 mil over the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when they made the decision to fire him over the weekend, they made 2 phone calls to some donors, some boosters, to cover the cost of the buyout.
Got
Were
that
you-
job done real quick.
Right,
Were
2
you-
guys.
Were you one of them?
2 guys.
No, I did offer them a little. I did.
The other half of the stimmy?
Pretty sure you put it on a tweet.
I did get a text from another athletic director that knows my my love for the Hoosiers, and he did ask me if I was one of the boosters they reached out to.
Yeah.
I did say I'd throw a little bit of my stimulus check in. To
Yeah,
help.
be like, I bought podcast equipment. The other half is yours, guys.
Guys, whatever you need to do.
I can't even afford to get the guy gas out of town.
I kind of told you a little bit what I thought they should go do is go get a big name. I was talking about Isaiah Thomas, but I don't know if he would want to really do that. I just think that a big name would kind of get the hype back there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
They have to make a splash.
But-
Yeah, I think that's what they're missing. That splash to make the recruits come
They
and play
have
there
to
again.
go find a big guy because any type of mid-major up-and-coming guy, we've seen what that did. That was the Archie Miller experiment. You know what
Right.
I mean, so you can't go repeat that mistake.
Right.
But I mean, I like the Brad Stevens thing because, since he left Butler, like if Butler when he was there,
2 national title appearances.
since he left,
No. When he
Oh,
there.
I was
He
gonna say,
there
yeah.
back to back.
I was
too.
gonna say,
back to back.
and as a
mean,
Duke fan, that one really scared me when Gordon Hayward
3 inches,
shot.
man.
Yeah, I'm like,
3 inches. That's all it was.
but Butler, like if he was a 5 seed when he
Yeah.
in his run, Butler like 6 was as low as he was going,
Yeah.
and it was because they were a mid-major. They weren't. What are they? They're Big East now, right?
Yes.
They weren't Big
Right.
East when he was there, so he's running the Mid-Atlantic or whatever garbage conference they were in, and he was at worst a 6 seed. Now, I mean, Butler's not in the tournament, so.
He's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good coach, and I think again, I like the Archie Miller hire when they hired him, but I think he vastly underestimated or underappreciated the style of basketball in the Big Ten, what he needed personnel-wise. He brought in a bunch of guys that were more, he got some Mr. Basketballs in Indiana like he promised. But when you look at these teams here in the Big Ten that are potentially set up to make a run,
mean, you got two teams that are
Iowa,
number
you
one
got
seeds.
Garza. Michigan, you got the
Dickinson.
kid. Illinois, you have Cookburn. You have the bigs are there. We don't have a big. Our big is Trace Jackson Davis.
You can't
Can't
compete
use
with
his
them.
right hand.
Then you
you
look
know-
at the guards.
Yeah, I mean, I like our point guards. The Lander kid's a young kid, so he needs time to develop, and he struggled in the Big Ten because of the physicality. But we don't have we have the role kids. We don't have the star, and
You need that in the Big Ten right now.
So still recruiting like he's.
I mean, I hate Purdue.
Yeah.
I really hate Purdue, but I love their team. Like you look at their roster right now, and they're young. Like they're set up. Archie Miller did not beat Purdue in 4 years. He's 0-7 against Purdue. That can't happen in Bloomington. And when you look at Purdue's roster, they're set up for the next couple of years to be a really good team.
Right.
They have some young guys that are really contributing, and you don't see that on the Hoosiers roster right now. So it was time. I'm glad they decided to. I was nervous about the buyout. I really was. I thought he was going to get another year, and I thought when he made it through the weekend, he was staying. Then boom, Monday morning. See ya.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Peace, brother.
So when we
Oh, that was a funny bone, bud.
Bang.
It's not that funny, is it?
when we clip this, can you get this out to the Indiana? I feel like it was very eloquent what you said. Just get it out there. People will start tweeting at you. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
They'll kill me.
Yeah.
If you want to get in, you have to say, hire Steve Alford, hire Calbert Cheney, hire Dane Fife. I'll be honest, that'd be awesome if Dane got the job.
The real question is when you coming out with that Indiana podcast.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe after
maybe
this. This is the
maybe
the
today
trial
with the news.
Yeah. It's the
It'll
trial
be
run.
that's it. The new coach experiment. Or the new coach. That's the birth of the new podcast. The Hoosiers under Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
Chris Beard is in the conversation.
And though you get the, it's not bad because during football season, Indiana might be decent again, right? They still have their quarterback.
Indiana's gonna be good this year.
Their quarterback, I
Yeah,
like their.
yeah.
What's their quarterback's name?
Michael Penix.
I like him.
Yeah, they're gonna be loaded again. I'm telling you, what Indiana pulled off this season in 2020 was a year early. Everything was kind of getting set in motion for 2021. So everybody
do you think that might
expects-
hurt them in a sense now? Because they're going to be on people's radar now?
No, I don't. No, because I think they finally have Big Ten talent, and more importantly, Big Ten depth. We always had some talented guys on the roster, but we just never had the depth up front, offensive, defensive line, to compete in a Big Ten season. Yeah, and that finally has been, and defensively.
And
Defensively, we couldn't stop anybody.
bona fide.
It was 3rd and 27. Somebody was getting 28 against us. It was guaranteed, or pass interference call, something.
Something crazy was
Now
happening.
they're playing defense.
Big thing, bona fide stud at quarterback. Stud.
I like him. He's good. I'm not on the bona fide stud train. To be honest, Penix has missed, I think, 3 straight seasons. He's gotten hurt. So, to me, even coming into next year, still holding my breath.
You're
I'm
looking
not
at
expecting the kid to finish the
You're looking
season.
at who's the backup quarterback. Who's that guy?
Right.
Yeah.
And I like him. The Tuttle kid from transferred in from Arizona, I believe. But and he had a good bowl game. So it'd be interesting.
So
But we got to get a coach on the basketball side that knows how crazy
Basketball is.
fans are
Yeah.
in Bloomington because
Listen, I think you need to get another coach that's not afraid to chuck a chair across the court. You know what I mean? That's what you need.
Things haven't been the same since.
Yeah. You're just shaking your head. You know.
he got fired in 2000, right? Mike Davis got 6 years, I think, before he got let go. Then he came in with Kelvin Sampson, and he absolutely destroyed the place. Absolutely destroyed the place.
See, you look early on though with Tom Crean. You
And
thought
then
he was
Crean-
gonna
yeah,
have a.
Crean was dealt a very, very difficult hand because of the mess Sampson made.
Yeah, didn't he, that year with Eric Gordon? Didn't they only have like they had real limited scholarships and something like that?
Gordon.
It was something
Gordon-
around that
Gordon
time.
went pro right after the Sampson issue. So when Gordon left, pretty much the rest of the kids got kicked off the team.
Oh, well,
So when
did
Crean,
Gordon get money? Was he,
there
or was it an ineligible? There was an issue with Gordon, right? He shouldn't have been.
something
Playing?
I can't remember. I'm not sure.
So Crean came in after that.
Crean came in after that, and I don't know if he had any scholarship kids.
Yeah, something like yeah.
They were playing with they were just trying to get bodies. The three of us could have played.
And then they had a good run with.
Well,
I mean, we got
Matt,
C-
Matt and I maybe, but
CD Lamb over here.
yeah.
Listen, this is the first day where my knee doesn't feel awful, and it's been 2-ish weeks.
2-ish weeks. It
Like-
happened last week.
We've recorded 3 podcasts since then, dude.
Week and a half, I'll give you.
It was the Friday before the Wyoming area boys game and the Lakeland girls game.
They've played 3 games
It was
since.
March 5th.
2.
2 games since.
Yeah.
It's March 15th.
All right, 10 days. Still not 2 weeks.
I said a week and a half.
Yeah, Tanner was
Spot
right.
on.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball games, that was. You want to run down how you thought the season went for your team there, Matt? High school?
Um,
No, okay.
beginning of the season, we looked very young, very inexperienced. But as the season progressed, we definitely grew up a lot. We hit a great stride in districts. I'll say that. Our freshmen played. They didn't play like freshmen. Tyler O'Connor played like a senior that you want, leading everybody. And my biggest thing in the district championship is we looked weak. We looked really, really weak. Like we weren't able to move anybody off the boards, and that's what killed us: offensive rebounds and decision making.
That was the thing. That was what I saw all year, just like physically. And
That's
it's tough
that's
because
gonna be our biggest thing in the off season is people getting in the gym, getting stronger, and just being what's the word I'm looking for? Getting higher basketball IQs.
yeah, but like
If that's the way I want to put it.
that was it, like right? Because I'm thinking all the games where you guys struggled in was teams with
Physicality.
someone inside that's not afraid to
Yeah.
bang around, and I feel like with Ricky, you can't really. I mean, he's a freshman. Like I think by next year he doesn't. I mean, yeah, he needs to get in the weight room and everything like that, but he'll just probably put on 20 pounds. He probably doesn't have to do anything. He'll just show up next year bigger. Like you could just tell that he's
You
going
hope.
to be a physically.
But you also hope like he stays hungry and he doesn't want to just be the guy to just walk in the gym and. Just
no,
think
he
he's
needs
a
to
good-
get in there. But I'm just saying.
But I don't think
from
he's
a
like that at all.
no, not from what I saw this
Not
year.
him
He
or
just
Gabe or Danny. I think those guys they're hungrier, and I hope they want to get in the gym and just get a little bit stronger so we can do a little bit more.
yeah. That's the lowest hanging fruit for you guys. Just getting physically stronger.
Yep.
I know a guy.
Who's gonna step into that Tyler spot
And
now?
and leadership on the
That's gonna be a big thing. Who's gonna take over
It's
that?
a lot of minutes to
That
fill.
lot of minutes and a lot of vocal
Yeah.
leadership you're losing. He was helping guys no matter what, whether he was on the court, on the bench, during practice, even just during film. He'd be talking to everybody, and we're gonna miss that a lot.
yeah, real excited he came back out for baseball. He's gonna be good out there.
Yeah, even though his shoulder shot too. I'm not gonna say the trainer.
How's your knee feel?
It's been better.
Yo, that was
how's both your knees feel?
once we get
If we're gonna keep score, Tan.
once we get
Both of
the
them still got it.
once we get
Better than
the
his, I hope.
once we get the video, once we get to the point where we could actually have a video podcast, 100% need to get Tanner a football and have him throw it. Just so the audience could see what he's talking about when he says he literally can't throw a football anymore.
Just a shot put.
Yeah. I think that one time we were down the field though, you shot put it at like 40 yards. So
You just learn to adapt, bud.
that's it.
Adapt. Tom, what are your thoughts on the season? What did you think?
I mean, like you said, we're there's plenty of growing pains along the way. We started to play really, really well come districts, and I think we didn't play our best basketball against Prep,
Mm-mm.
and
We gave 'em a run for
lost
their money,
by,
too.
We only lost by 8 points,
Right.
So there's definitely a lot of upside, a lot of improvement to be had, and the future's bright. But we did the one thing I look at is we had a short bench this year.
Yeah.
You just said we're going to lose Tyler, lose a lot of minutes there, and so who's going to fill that fifth starter role and still be able to have a productive bench to get you through the year. So that's the big question marks coming into the next season. But the core group, I mean, you bring back a kid like Joe Marr after the experience he had here this year to be able to come in and defend next year as a senior the way he does.
All right. I think that's going to be huge. You
Yeah.
can kind of just say sick him, and he can kind of shut down their top scorer or top ball handler and kind of give him a hard day.
Yeah, and then between Ricky, Danny, and Gabe can be, on any night,
One of them's
huge,
going off.
viable scoring threats.
Right.
They're that has to. That's the other thing that those three guys have to be one cohesive unit
Right.
and be able to play together really well in order to succeed, because it can't be just Gabe, it can't be just Danny, it can't be just Ricky.
Right.
Because otherwise it's too easy to game plan against you.
Right.
So they need those guys, and they got to be unselfish and
You can't be worrying about who's getting plaques from local Facebook pages, rookie and players of the year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't
yeah.
think any of them are, but
Yeah.
like Tom said, like
I just wanted to throw that in there.
they almost have to be like a.
right.
All right?
Crouch.
Not. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you said you were going to mention him, yeah, and
Chris Krawczyk, how are you?
he won't be listening
He
at
won't,
this
no.
point. We're an hour and a half in, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Bauman listens.
Dude, yeah, I told you.
He texts you,
he's
huh?
like, yeah, he's like, anytime you want me to call in, bud, whenever you want.
Your number miraculously went up the contact list.
Well, it's
You
weird.
probably
Like,
just hit save.
I sent him a text yesterday with the link to his podcast yesterday, like
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
He answered me back today
Yep.
at noon. Yeah.
Yep, that's Sean.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
He got you within 24 hours.
Yeah. He was calling it close, 23, but yeah. Yes, he said he'll
We
call.
talked about the boys. What do you think the girls' biggest thing is for this off season going into next season? What you noticed?
Well, they did a good job developing throughout the season, and obviously from our time, I'm trying not to throw stones at
Yeah.
our but the practices were more what we need in terms of like just development. You know what I mean? That's just that's what they needed. They
I thought
needed
that was
to
going somewhere completely
No,
different.
no.
But go ahead.
No, they needed to develop. They needed to develop skills, and they needed to kind of understand
The
what
game
we're
a little
trying
bit
to
more?
understand the game. And it's been the same thing since you were on the girls' side. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just we were teaching plays, and we weren't teaching
How the
how,
plays.
why the plays are going to work. Why this certain play is going to work against
Well, when
this
you only have
defense.
4 girls on the board, I don't think it's going to work in, in the long run.
That's
but,
true, man.
but
Listen.
but in all seriousness,
But the same thing. I mean, we need to get physically stronger, and our girls that are already currently physically strong need to realize that okay, I'm stronger than this girl. I'm just gonna back her down, get to where I need to get to,
Right,
and
understanding
and
when
get
to use that
easy.
strength.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Like at this point, we just don't understand. We just do things to do them. Some of us,
Right.
like we don't understand why we're doing them. Like
Right.
there's a reason why you do an up and under, right? You got a person with the same move a couple times. Now they're cheating it. Okay, you got the other end. It's a counter move.
Right.
Like some of us just do it to do it, and like don't know why,
Not even
and
setting it up.
don't understand why the girl's still standing there
Right.
when we go for the under to come back. Well, because you didn't set the girl up. And we just so we need to start understanding that again. Continue to build cohesiveness. It's good. We don't graduate anyone, which is
I
good.
mean, you guys were kind of deep in your bench. You guys were going
We-
7,
yeah.
8, maybe 9 deep at
Yes.
times. So that's
7,
huge.
8 deep, and then we're gonna get some eighth graders coming up that'll be freshmen next year that will compete. That
Yeah.
are very good.
Couple ball handlers, couple defenders.
Yeah.
So
So
you'll-
it's gonna be. I'm excited. Off season.
things are going the right way for you.
Yeah, things are looking up.
Absolutely.
Like just like you guys don't. They're just like the boys. They need to get in the weight room. They need to get physically stronger. Some of them. But I mean, I'm excited to see what we can do because we competed with some good teams this year. Like we gave, Old Forge. It wasn't Old Forge didn't come in and just run us down like they normally do. Like Holy Cross, like they came in here and they thought they were gonna have an easy day, and they were in a dog
You guys
fight.
went to that 3-2. I was
The 3-2s.
thoroughly impressed with the 3-2 and with
Yeah.
the fits it gave them.
So, I mean, things are looking up. So this was a good season, although win record didn't really, the win column didn't reflect it. It was a very good season and something to build off of.
Right.
And with other teams in the area like Riverside, they're still going to have Lavelle, but they're graduating 3 starters.
Yeah.
Dunmore's still obviously going to be really, really good.
Right.
Holy Cross, they're graduating Lentowski, but they still have Cranston. Old Forge, Chulo, pretty sure is gone.
I think so.
Pretty sure she's so. I mean, teams are losing
A little bit.
pieces in the pieces.
Right.
We're not losing anyone. We're only gaining. We're not losing. So I think we're going to be set up in a good spot. But again, it's on the girls. Depends how they take the off season. So
Tom, your thoughts on the girls? You watched a lot more than I did.
I mean, surprising, but who pretty much said
it's not surprising.
it is surprising.
Come on.
And you had 4
But
girls on the board at one
I
time. That
agree
is
with
kind
Hoop.
of a surprise.
But no, I mean,
I'm always going to bring that up.
I think you look at the season, and Hoop mentions the record, and it's not necessarily as much about your achievement on the win side as much as the growth through the season.
Mm-hmm.
We won in the growth column this year.
Right.
I think the girls did a nice job of. We talk about on the boys' side how difficult it was, and the hurdles you had to overcome with COVID
Right.
through the off season. And the girls, they had those same ones, but they're trying to learn the whole program.
Right.
So I think they did as good of a job as they could in that part. Now naturally it comes up with now execution.
Right.
Being able to execute and do what's being asked to be done. But I think, like you said, the division's still going to be tough. With that in mind, our exhibition schedule would be a little lighter than it's been in the past. So you're not going through a 22 game.
Right. Well, that would probably, I would assume, like after this year, you'll probably get Kimoni back, so you kind of get those games back.
Right.
So you'll have like Valley View's not gonna be Valley View losing
Bianchi. Right?
Bianchi and some of those guards that they had.
They're maybe not next year, but they were young outside of her.
Yeah.
And their junior high team was very, very good. They're they get surprise teams next year. 2 years, definitely 3 years. They're gonna be really, really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah,
They were by far the best junior high team I played this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Dunmore beat us by 40, but Valley View's junior high team was better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you got, like we said, you got a lot of depth, and you're going to bring some girls up to add to that depth, and I think it's an exciting year to go into.
Yeah.
on their side. You know, when
Absolutely.
we get back in the winter.
I'm excited too because I think this will be the first year for even going back to when it was, when you, me, and Chuff were there. Like, this is going to be the first year where, like it's going to be competitive.
Right.
Like those girls that are coming
Like
up,
that
they're coming to
second
take,
team,
like,
second team's coming after
they're
that
coming,
first team.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And
But even those
That's where you
girls,
don't get a lot of
That's
times.
the
even
key.
even the
Right.
girls that are, like, on that second team right now, like, these girls that are coming up are coming to take your spots.
Yeah.
Like,
It-
they're like, there's no free, like, they're coming to take your spots.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter what level. If you're not competing in your gym, in the gym,
Right.
in practice every
On
day.
a daily basis.
Yeah, and you don't have those second group of kids that could challenge the ones.
You need a little bit of that feistiness, a
Yeah.
little bit of that trash talking at practice, kind of get you going, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then you transfer that to the game. Like,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we go to another team, though, it's me and you against them.
Right.
Like, as soon as we step on that line.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled because, I'm not going to have to blow up my right knee next year. I'm retired. You know what I mean? I'm retired.
Okay, bud.
I'm excited. I sent the thing to you guys earlier. I got a call.
Oh,
to
yeah.
the Lackawanna game on
Yeah,
on
that's awesome.
Thursday, and
You got to find out how we can
we got
stream that for free.
see Kiana play.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know, so
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen her play since she graduated and
Since
moved
North
on to-
Skook.
Yeah, down at Mart's.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting.
And you get to meet Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young.
Hall of Fame.
Are you
That's
going to
a-
do your research before the game, kind of get your P's and Q's all set up before you get in there? Or
You don't think I'm going to go into this trying to make a fool out of myself, are you?
I
Like,
mean,
Eric, I need everything. Like, give me everything.
I need a pronunciation guide.
Give me a tape. I'm gonna put it in.
Right.
Give me a file. I could plug in the phone to the car. This is how you pronounce this name.
Yes,
Perfect. Yep.
Right. So,
You going to watch film on any of the teams before you get in there a little bit?
of course.
Oh, yeah,
Of
you're doing
course.
it all. I love it.
Absolutely.
And when's that,
Gotta do it
Thursday?
right.
Thursday, yeah.
Oh, so you got
Yeah.
some time.
Yeah, I got time.
You got time.
That'll be all I'll do till Thursday in my personal time.
I'm gonna come in for baseball. Tom's gonna start rattling off Lackawanna's season stats. They're the league scorer. They're
Coach, I twisted my ankle. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Got film to watch.
Yeah, so
and you'll get your podcasting equipment Wednesday.
Wednesday. I did get
I will also get mine.
whoa, that was like real loud in my ear.
No,
I don't
you've
know.
been yelling this whole
Yeah.
time, bud.
You don't have to scream, man.
I'm not. I'm not. I
probably-
am not yelling.
That yo was really loud.
Is my level
Oh,
on this
stop.
thing
It
too
didn't
high?
change- It
Don't
didn't
start
change.
touching.
I got a text from them, a text and a call. Did you?
No.
You ordered?
Oh, what
Right?
are where are
Place
they
for it?
from?
Uh,
Maybe it was the call from Fort Wayne, Indiana, that I didn't answer.
That's exactly where they are.
Yep. Okay.
And but the guy texted me too.
He didn't text me.
And
That
he
son
said they're
of a-
a one-on-one type company. Like, he's my guy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't
said
have
so.
a guy.
I do.
No,
So
I got a guy.
Well, that's because you
Got a
ordered
guy.
2 headsets. I only ordered
knew-
1.
he knew I went to Indiana.
Oh.
He got the connection.
He figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He figured it out.
Hooper's just Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So he apparently get free tech support and
Oh,
free
wow.
warranties and
That's pretty
Yeah, I saw that. It's like 2-year warranty. Free.
yeah. So he's music production.
So when we're doing
yada
this,
yada yada. So he said he could be a
when we're doing this on your,
resource for helping us out and troubleshoot different things. So
when we're doing this on your deck and the mixer falls into your pool,
send another.
guy,
Right.
listen, guy, you have to understand.
Somebody
It's a
spills
pie.
the
It's a
coconut
the,
all over it.
the raft tipped over.
but. Well, what were you doing? We had it floating in the pool, man.
What do you think?
This thing's not waterproof.
Oh, damn. Sorry, dude. We won't do it with the next one.
I learned my lesson. Send another.
Sorry about that. Won't happen again.
All right, well, are we done with this one? I feel like we talked enough. I blew out a couple eardrums. You know,
Yeah.
no big deal.
Yeah, this was a pleasure as always.
All right, give him
Got
the
to talk
plug.
to the old Kel.
Go buy our merch.
I gotta go buy my headset right now, actually.
Go big FedEx paycheck. Like it. Go buy our merch. Go follow us on Instagram. Just do all the stuff. Just do it all. And we'll be back probably episode 5. Probably also Jack Kelly, so get fired up for that
First.
if you're still listening after 2 hours.
For the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Sweet 16.
All right, we're done.
Take it easy.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.